All right. Hello, everybody. And today we have Scott Anderson, another student who finished the Advent of Code last year, 2021. And so he is going to do day 7 again. So go ahead and take it away, Scott.
All right. So I think I'll turn my camera off while I'm coding, but here we go. So, for day 7, I'm gonna be doing it in Rust. So I'll create that, and yeah, sweet. So, can you see my Chrome window or no?
I can only see your VS Code window.
Okay.
You could share your whole desktop if you wanted.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
No, it's been a while since I did Zoom. So wait, I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second, or can I change it from? Okay. Screen, sweet. Okay, so for day 7 we have okay. So I'm given a horizontal position of each crab. And then takes 1 fuel to move it 1. And then I have to line them all up. And I have to find the least amount. Okay. So puzzle input. Here we go. Okay.
So can you explain what you're doing while you're doing it a little bit, just for somebody that hasn't, used this before?
Oh yeah. So what I did is I created a Rust program essentially. And so now what I'm doing is I'm taking the input from Advent of Code and I'm pasting it in to my program, into the input file. So now that's going to allow me to use the input from Advent of Code in my program. So first thing I need to do is I need to figure out how to read from a file in Rust. Here we go. Okay. So to read to string, I'll need standard. I need to use this file system library, and then get the content into a string. Okay, then I'll unwrap it, which instead of sending a message if it fails, we'll just stop the program if it fails, but it shouldn't fail, hopefully. And actually, I just name it input. Now I'm going to split the input into by commas, because if you see, every part of the input is separated by a comma, so I'll split it into commas, which will give me a split double-ended iterator. So then I need to collect that and put it into a vector, it's like an array. Okay. file path. I need to make sure I put my file path in. And then, so far, print the positions to make sure I'm doing it correctly. And so I'm going to run cargo run, which will run the program. And it's not giving me the thing that I want, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Oh, it's because I haven't saved text, the input file, I think. Okay, perfect. So now I've split it into an array of numbers. And my only problem right now is it has this line break at the very end, but we'll deal with that later. So now I need to take these positions and I need to change them into actually an array of numbers. So I'm actually going to do that right here. So I'm going to split, and then I'm going to map to a map, which is going to run an operation on every single part of the iterator, which is like a list. So I'm going to reference to it's U32. Okay. And I'm gonna want to parse that. So okay. From string in. Okay, so this is actually really easy in Rust, which is really cool. I really like how well like the Rust, all the types are really well thought out and everything kind of fits together really well. But element parse. And it should actually just know that I want it to become an I32, I think. So yeah, no, it's not working. What's my problem? Built into an iterator. Oh, this is painful. Still not working. Oh, I need to make sure I unwrap it. Okay. And then also I don't actually need to return right here. And I don't need brackets either. So that makes it nice and concise. So now I've gotten a vector, an array of numbers. So I parse my input so I can work with it really well. And I'm going to test that real quick to run the program again. And there was an error, which was from that, if remember from the, when I looked at it as an array of strings, there's actually a line break at the very end, which is not worth scrolling to. But that seems to be probably where our problem is coming from. So let's see. I wonder if there's a strip white space. Strip suffix. Get rid of. Okay, so we can use trim. Input.trim. Okay, so let's see if this works now. Hopefully it does. Okay, it does. Perfect. So now we have a list of numbers. So now what we need to do is we need to figure out the way that we'll get the least cost in order to line them all up. So that number must be in between the largest and the smallest number that we're given. They're gonna have to line up somewhere in between the farthest crab and the smallest crab position and the largest crab position. So the way we can do it is we can just find for every single position between the smallest crab position and the largest crab position, we can find the cost, and then whichever has the smallest cost will be our answer. So we need to find the minimum and the maximum position. Let's see. So using tuple destructuring, I think I can just do position dot max. One argument. Here. Comparison returns the maximum of the two values. Looks like it does not work with a vector. So okay. So what I can do is I can transform the vector into an iterator and then its maximum and minimum. Sweet. No, that's not supposed to be there. So, and we're gonna want to unwrap those because when unwrap is going to do is it's going to take it out of an option. And an option is basically like it could or could not, like it's possible that it could fail. And what we're going to do is if it does fail, we're just going to end the program. So now we have the minimum position and the maximum position, and now we're going to go in between. So from the minimum position to the maximum position, we're going to let's see, what do we want to do? We want to get a list, so we're going to map given a central position. That's the position they're all going to line up. I'm pretty sure central is a word. Okay. So let me make sure that's in the correct syntax. Select costs. We're going to find the costs. And that's going to be a vector of I32s, which is just a number type. I32 is a number type. So to find the cost, we're going to have to look at every crab position and see what the distance is from it. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Use a reduce. Okay, positions dot reduce. Oh, looks like this is not gonna work. Okay. See if that fixes it. No, that does not. Let's see. Create an iter over range list. So right now I'm trying to figure out how I can create an iterator that runs from the minimum position to the maximum position, because so I can find the costs for each position. Okay, create bounds are not satisfied. Whew. That doesn't make much sense to me at all. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to look at properties of a range in Rust. So let's see if I can do it into iterator. Okay. Back to this. So I could just do a for loop. That kind of makes me annoyed though, because I really want to use a map, and it makes more sense. Okay. Range.next. Okay, so since I don't know how to do this, and since it seems like it's going to take me a while to figure out how to do this, I'm not going to do it the way I want to do, but instead I'm just going to use a for loop because I know that'll work. So for I in or central position. And range 32. That's so confusing. Okay, actually, it doesn't make much. The for loop isn't going to work either. Maybe instead, maybe it's these being references are messing up. So what I can do is I can copy. That does not work. And get rid of this. Okay, perfect. So if I clone, that's going to work. It's going to get rid of the reference. And so basically what clone is doing is instead of having it be a point, like reference the same value in the memory, it's just going to create a new copy and of the number instead of it being the same variable. So now I need to get back to this. Still a problem with iter. Okay, that's better. So now it's working. The map works. The collect is giving me an error because I haven't given a return type here yet, or haven't put on the closure. So what I need to do is I need to find the cost. So I need to positions dot reduce iter. I need to turn it into an iterator, and then reduces the element to a single one. let's check out fold. That's also a different one. Okay, so fold is what I want. Reduce won't let us give an initial value, but I need to give an initial value for this. So what reduce is going to do is it's going to apply a function over and over again, each element in the array, and then it's going to give me one value at the very end. So that's going to be our cost. So here is the function. It takes a position. And then I'm going to return absolute value. Wait, position minus central position, absolute value in Rust. Let me look that up. So I can just do this. Okay, let's see what's wrong with this one. Problems. Closure, expected to take 2 arguments, but it takes 1 argument. Oh, I see what my problem is. So I'm supposed to give the accumulation, or I'll just do sum. Or accumulation. So and it's going to return that. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm doing is, what it does is it goes through each position from the smallest position to the largest position. It checks for each of those what the cost would be. And so now I have an array of cost. Then I need to find the minimum cost, and it's a corresponding position. So fine. So I already know how to do this, but how would I find the index of the minimum value? Let's see if I missed anything here. Maybe instead what I can do is I can find the minimum value, and then I can find the index based on the value that I have. So like search the array for that value. Okay, find index of element. Okay. So minimum cost. Minimum cost equals cost iter minimum wrap, and then I'm gonna clone it. So then I'm gonna go through costs, and then I'm going to use this method called position, which will give me the position of something that fills that fulfills this cost equals minimum cost test. And then gotta make sure I wrap that because it's gonna return an option. Okay. And I need to dereference this cost because it's a reference. So let's just do a quick test. We're gonna see if it's finding a minimum cost and then what the minimum cost index is. Okay, sweet. So let's run that using cargo run. Whoa, hopefully that's right. Okay. Oh, wait, I misread the question. I actually only need to find how much fuel they need to spin, not the actual position. So, looks like the answer should be 3557664. So maybe that's right. Okay, sweet, it was right. So now we just need to do part 2. So, I'm gonna modify this real quick to make sure it just spits out the right answer. I don't actually need the index anymore. Then I'm gonna copy this and just throw it into another Rust file so we can keep it. Otherwise, we're going to start off with the same code we had last time. And then here is the second half of the puzzle. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like the way they burn fuel is actually different. So looks like it's quadratic. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so I can use the same exact method I used, except I just need to change how I calculate the cost. So instead of calculating the cost through the absolute value of the position minus the place where I'm trying to get the central position, what I need to do is, let's see, I think I can actually come up with an equation for this. So the first step cost 1, 2 steps would cost 3. I think it's like, okay, that's too complicated. Let's just do it the programming, like the way of programming it. So central position. So what I can do is I can generate a range from 1 all the way to, oh, actually, yeah, 1 all the way to the difference between them, and then take the sum of that. So I'll still need to do that. I'll still need to find the distance between them, but add 1 to the end because the range is inclusive, and then take the sum. Okay, sweet. Except the problem. What's the problem? This is really confusing. I don't know. I like the Rust type system a lot, but the errors are really confusing. Okay, I'm just gonna look up find sum of a range. Rust. Okay. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to use a fold instead of finding the sum. And so fold, what it's gonna do is it's going to apply a function that's going to turn this list into a single value. So given accumulation and just a number. I'm gonna get. Okay. See if that works. Okay, perfect. This should actually just give me the answer, which is really weird. Let me check. Yeah, it's asked for the fuel again. So, oh wow, it's taking a lot longer. It's probably taking a lot longer. Okay, if this isn't done soon, then I'm gonna apply some optimizations. Oh, sweet. Okay, so hopefully this is the answer because I really hope it. I don't know. Yes. Okay. Sweet. That was it. And so that's day 7. I'll stop sharing my screen. But so anything else I need to do, or is that good?
You can do the second part if you want.
Let's see. Actually, I just finished the second part, so it works. Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry, I thought that was the first part still. Cool.
Well, I mean, the code, like, it only took me 2 seconds because the code was just really it worked well for it, and the problem was really easy to modify. Like, it just fit well.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, thanks. This was fun.
Yeah, no, thanks for doing it. And yeah, I hope if you want, you can sign up for another day and do it in a different language.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.